up, y'all? It's LA. Okay, so check this out. I'm having to speak on this again 5 years later. All right, so here we go. So about 5 years ago, I did this freestyle rap thing that and then I got into like this little rap beef with like this rap lady chick or whatever, right? So long story short, a lot of people didn't like my response to the beef or whatever. And this is what actually happened, as I'm having to reiterate this again. What actually happened was she was sneak dissing, and I was preparing to come back at her and sneak diss her too, or just full out diss her, because y'all know my style. Anyway, but I never got the opportunity to do that because it was a lot going on at the time. Now, main thing is that I saw some people from like my hometown, people that I really, really loved and cherished, talking mess. And I was like, dang, fool, you ain't got my back, like, because I would have yours. And even if you didn't have my back, you should have corrected me because I love you. Like, why would you not? Anyway, so I ended up checking them first, and then before I got an opportunity to go back at her. Now, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Okay, so it made a lot of people mad and rubbed in the wrong way. Next thing I know, a whole bunch of people get to talking. A lot of lies get spread around. Next thing I know, somebody come to me talking about I'm dissing my city. I don't deal with my city like that. I ain't down, and just all kind of crazy stuff. Bro, that's not true. That ain't never been true. Like, I have my grievances about some of the things that have happened in the city, and I've been very vocal about a lot of those things, even though some things I've been vocal about really haven't come from me. They just come from like different people, because I tend to speak for other people who cannot speak for themselves. But in the irrelevant, but you know, basically all I'm saying is like, yo, one thing about me is that anybody who's ever met me outside of this city know how hard I ride for Memphis. Anybody that's ever met me in this city know how positively I've always spoken on Memphis. Now, for even anybody to even say something like that, as much as I say positive things about Memphis, why would you even believe them? Now, I'm not trying to say that you're wrong for believing what you want to believe, but come on, 1 + 1 = 2. You feel me? Like, that was just disrespectful. And a lot of things that I have said over the years have been very blatant and brash and like really aggressive. And I know that it was not necessarily the right tone to use, but sometimes I think it would take a longer conversation to explain exactly why I did that. But long story short, like, sometimes there are problems that keep becoming bigger problems. And if don't nobody say nothing, it's just going to keep becoming a bigger problem. And sometimes being nice does not get people's attention, but being mean does. So that was just kind of the situation. Like, sometimes you just got to do some weird things to get some situations handled. That's it. Now, and then people just keep going down talking about, oh, you disrespected your family, you disrespected your friends and all this, that, and the third. Honestly, people was coming at me crazy, coming at me sideways, coming at me just like they felt as though that they had an opportunity to kick me while I was down. And I'm not talking about everybody, I'm just talking about specific people. They felt as though they had an opportunity to kick me while I was down and use whatever their grievances was against me instead of just coming to me and having that conversation with me. Because I'm the type of person, if I have an issue with you, if I do consult with somebody else before I consult you, I'm still going to come to you. I'm not going to sabotage you. I'm not going to sneak diss you. I'm not going to beat around the bush with you. I'm going to bring it straight forward to you, because I like to get that situation handled, because I do in fact value my relationships in my life, which is why I've always had very long-lasting relationships in my life. Like, I'm the type of person that would break up with my ex and we still cool no matter what. Back in the day. I don't do that now, but back in the day. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is, it's like, bro, be careful about the information that people give you about other people. And if someone allows you into their life, or they allow you into a situation in which you are incentivized to do them dirty, just make sure that you know what's really going on. Because if you don't, you're just going to be involved in a whole situation that could potentially be catastrophic. And not only catastrophic, but basically you're going to take crumbs over bricks. You know what I'm saying? Like, a family that fights only leaves open space for your enemy to come in and steal what you have. But a family that sticks together and works their shit out, you actually can build together a happy, healthy home and a community. So I understand that we live in a culture where a lot of people feel like we live in a petty culture, right? So a lot of people feel like, well, somebody hurt me, I gotta hurt them back, and da 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 da. And don't get me wrong, there's always a time to slide. But then there are also other issues that don't require you to be petty either. In my opinion, a lot of petty people are often miserable people. And that's just the God honest truth. I mean, think about it. Because like me, right? A lot of people say that a lot of the mean things that I say are projections. And sometimes they are projections, right? So hurt people hurt people. So if you're a petty person and you're always petty and you're always hurting someone, you're miserable. Accept it. Even though it may look funny, it may be cool, it may be entertaining, but you have to also understand, like, bro, there are consequences to your actions. And even though it may be cool, you might be up now, just understand that it's going to come a day where your knees going to buckle. And it's just real deal holy for you. You don't have to believe me, but one thing about me is, like, when God got you, he got you. You feel me? Like, sometimes you don't even have to fight your enemies. Your enemies end up defeating themselves because they are miserable people, and that's the type of life that they like to live. So eventually it's going to catch up with you. Good is always going to catch up with you. Bad is always going to catch up with you too. It don't matter how long. But at the end of the day, I just want, you're going to hear it from me. Don't assume that my outburst or my behavior or my meanness comes out of nowhere. Like, I'm a very happy, a very positive person. I've always been that. I might be a little quiet and standoffish a lot of times in some situations, or I have been over the last couple of years, but it's just because when I'm quiet and I'm really standoffish, it's either because I'm really tired and I'm sleepy, or either because I really don't want to be like that negative ball of energy, and I just kind of stand off in the back. You feel me? Like, y'all do y'all, and I'm gonna just kind of stay over here and get my shit together. That's the type of person that I am. So before you go believing somebody else or wanting somebody else to vouch for me, I vouch for myself. I appreciate people vouching for me that genuinely fuck with me, excuse my language. But if you didn't hear it from me, if you ain't been around me, if you ain't spent time with me, if you ain't really got to get to know me, believe only half the truth. And that's just the God honest truth. Because I act certain ways around certain people. I tell certain people things that I don't tell other people. Especially if they weird. They giving out weird energy. You probably not going to get the same person. For real, like, if you being weird, I'm being weird with you. Like, ugh, you know. But for real though, man, look. Like I said, sometimes when things happen, like, a lot of people don't know how to let it go. You know, and the more I have tried to move forward with my life, trying to fix problems, solutions, you know, rekindle relationships or whatever, reconnect or just fix the issue, the more people have tried to, like, constantly cause a bigger issue, cause a bigger drama, we gonna put you in your place and all this kind of, you don't deserve this. Like, I don't deal with people that speak like that. Because how the hell you gonna tell somebody else what they don't deserve? You don't know what these people went through. How the hell you gonna tell somebody else that who they are or who they not? Like, whatever. Everybody got their opinions. I got opinions. That don't mean that my opinions are right for your life, because your opinions may not be right for my life. You feel me? But man, just be careful about a lot of things going on nowadays, especially when it got to do with social media. I post a lot of things on social media. A lot of stuff that I post really don't be stuff about me personally, you know, especially when I was, like, speaking on certain topics or giving, like, encouragement. Sometimes it ain't even about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't even about me, cuz, you know what I mean? I just know this person has gone through this, or it might be somebody that's going through this and that. You know, say what you got to say. Let's move on. I'm that person. You hear me? I'm a very straight up forward person. Like, I don't like to waste time. I don't, because time is precious. So if you waste my time, just understand, trust the consequences. You feel me? Either way, I just wanted everybody to understand that I do apologize if I hurt your feelings, but I will not apologize for how I feel. I love you though.